All right, let's get back to it. Let's talk about this. Oh my God. Jesus.
Look like a dog. Look at you. Full at 70.
Full at 70.
I take exception
What do you mean?
a senator.
Why are you talking to me like that?
You are a disgrace to the Senate.
You are an insult to womanhood.
You are
an insult to womanhood. And you are here to tell the world that you have not changed.
You cannot
You are
violate
here to tell the world that you have not changed.
You
At
are
70, you have not changed.
a
And we expect you to take it. I will not take it.
a scoundrel.
I will not take it.
To insult.
That is why you can never be here. People like you can never be here. People like you can never be here. How can you be? How can you be a fool?
Not a hooligan.
You are a hooligan.
So you will be.
Mr. Chairman.
When was the last time I heard the word hooligan? That's a Nigerian English word.
Chairman of the committee. Chairman of the
And you say I should keep my mouth shut. Who are you to say so?
Chairman.
Who are you to say so?
Chairman
Who
of
are
the
you?
Okay, I'll sit down.
And you refuse.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Chairman, sir. Mr. Chairman, sir.
Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, sir.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Chairman,
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Chairman.
Chairman of the committee. Chairman of the committee.
until when we read that
Wow.
rule of this house and that constitution, that's when we can say that we have fair hearing and justice in this regard. In this regard, what the petitioner had said is that based on that press briefing, whether it was before Natasha was sent out of the National Assembly or not, gives an impression that the chairman of the committee has a particular understanding of this issue and could be said to be biased, on that issue, with due respect, sir. And that is what my client is raising. Now, my client had raised one more point, that in the petition that he had put before you, sir, that the petition had said is going to bring the principal witness, Senator Natasha, as one of the witnesses to speak on this issue. And we are aware that the Senate had made a decision on where she can come and where she cannot come. And so that is why we are saying we are ready to proceed. An oath has been taken. We have our witnesses ready. And the principal witness is Senator Natasha. So we don't also want people to go ahead and think that we deliberately came here. We have been called on serious. We have been called serious, some names here. That we deliberately came here to come and stalemate here. No, that is not our intention. Our intention is that if we are going to proceed, we think the chair of the committee should please step down from this conversation to allow for fairness and justice in accordance with the constitution of this country, because we can give evidence. Premium Times, March 5th, Arise, it was also recorded. We have several documentary evidence to show that at the point in time, the chair had said, dead or an arrival, she has no case to answer, and other things, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
But let me tell you, and I use the word dead on arrival. That case that came before us, the first petition that came, is not this petition. That petition was signed by distinguished Senator Natasha Akpoti. Contrary to our rules, you cannot sign your own petition. 2, a petition that came before us did not even have an address. Contrary to our rules, that petition shouldn't have been entertained. Because you are a learned counsel, submit a case, submit your own petition to court, and don't.
All right. Enough. Wow. All right. So first of all, who is Natasha? They're talking about Natasha, by the way. This is the case of Natasha Akpoti versus Akpabio. Natasha Is a suspended senator in Nigeria. Young lady senator in Nigeria. She's been suspended. She's been suspended for 6 months. She's serving a 6 month suspension by the Senate President of Nigeria, Senate President Akpabio, and of course the whole Senate. They suspended her. This is the young lady we're talking about. So we'll be talking about her for a few weeks now. A reason why I have made her the face of this live stream today is because also one of the methods they've tried to employ is to shame her status as a woman, as a mother, as a wife. Imagine, this is why I told you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a single mother, no condition is permanent. Never ever feel the need to explain yourself to weirdos. There's no need for it. Okay. And usually people will feel the need to shame or drag you for that very status. They have nothing to offer. It's not as sometimes they present as, oh, they're just going to help you become better for a better society. It's a lie. Okay, they are getting their own emotional need filled by dragging you, and there's no need for that. Okay, there's no need for you to feed into it. You're fueling the fire. Okay, temporarily sometimes they might tell you, oh, for our society, blah blah blah. What I know for a fact is that the reason why there might be some people getting influenced thinking single motherhood is to be celebrated. No, there's no single mother that I know around me that's celebrating that. It's just a circumstance that we find ourselves sometimes. Okay, so with that being said, you're going to find yourself, no matter how high you go in life, somebody is going to attempt to try to use that to shame you, even after you have married and you've done it right. And they attempted that with Natasha, because she's been married a couple of times, I guess, but she has children from 3 different fathers. And the young man that you saw earlier on, who was now dragging Dr. Oby Ezekwesili, as you can see, the behavior is consistent. The behavior is what? The behavior is consistent. What you need to be looking out for, you need to be patient enough to see this. You need to look out for patterns. You need to look out for patterns from people who conduct themselves in this manner. Look at it. Look at it.
Look at you. Fool at 70.
She called, I said she. He called her a fool at 70. I think she's only 61 according to Google. But I said she again. He called her a fool at 70. I'm not listening to what he's saying. It doesn't matter if she's actually 61 or 70. What I'm looking at is the conduct of this grown adolescent. That's what I'm looking at. Okay? So imagine you responding to this person. She had the right to respond the way she's responding right there on the spot. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about to a complete stranger. This man is supposed to be one of the senators in Nigeria. His name is what's his name again? Nwabonyi, right? So as you can see, he's carried on his head to defend Senate President Akpabio to any level, right? You can just look at him, right? There's only one person that remained calm, even though she's not backing down, which I applaud her for not backing down. You should not, if somebody's in your face like that, you should talk back at them. Absolutely, of course. Absolutely. Okay, but you must do everything in your power to remain cool, calm, and collected. My expectation is that the man is able to do that more so than a woman. So you can imagine how disappointed I am. Not surprised necessarily, but disappointed nonetheless. Imagine the people leading us, no self-control, no emotional intelligence. Exactly. All right. So now Natasha has been, she's been dragged. Why is she being dragged? Well, some weeks ago, as a senator, she was asked to change seat very abruptly on the Senate floor. What's the big deal in changing seats? It's a big deal. It has everything to do with where they sit and how they can be heard, because they're there to represent their constituency, and there's certain privileges that comes with certain types of seating. But more importantly, they have to be notified if their seats were changed, and Allegedly, she was not notified. That's what she's claiming. And really, all the normal people, in my assessment, are asking for, in this case, is that, okay, can you at least have an hearing, hear our side of the story? But what happened? The Senate decided to move a motion. Within 24 hours, they got her suspended for 6 months, when there's actual, I think either in their book of rules or constitution, they're not allowed to suspend any senator for more than 14 days. Why? Because they're representing the interest of our people. So you cannot silence those people by silencing one person. But that's effectively what they've managed to do, and they did it, and they thought they could get away with it, but basically it was the wrong move. It has been the wrong move, and that's what we're finding out. Well, we're not finding out, we already said this from day one, right? And so as she was addressing that on national TV, on Arise News TV, she decided to just come out and just say it out loud. She was already saying it on the Senate floor when she said to Senate President that she's not afraid of him, that ever since a nightclub incident, that he had been acting up and acting out and basically misbehaving. So that case has been dragging. If you don't know the full story, go watch it from the beginning. But today we just want to review what we are seeing as some of the updates on what we're looking at here. All right. Mario says the clown doesn't respect women at all. He is representing Nigeria, but he's also someone's husband and dad. What kind of offspring can he create? Can you imagine? D-Cram, Mr. Dayo, how are you, sir? He said, I think this was pre-planned by Senator Nwaboyi, because even when Oby was trying to be silent, he kept going on and on. Yes. So, and then he's come on TV to say they told him to shut up. So we go by patterns here on Prestige Family. We go by patterns. Human beings have patterns. There's no one single behavior. I will not judge you by one single behavior from you ever. I promise you. You have to be consistent. At least you have to show me 2 or 3 times. Then I can, okay, this person is probably consistently doing this, right? So, if Dr. Oby Ezekwesili, right? Who is she, by the way? She's a former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. She's well respected. If you think Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, right? Think presidency level. She ran for president at one point. No chance, of course. That's Nigeria. We still don't have a woman president in the United States of America, by the way. It doesn't mean other countries don't have that. But anyway, Dr. Oby Ezekwesili is actually 61 years of age, and she's decided to back Natasha all the way. And she's known for as an expert in economy policy. So she's a very intelligent lady. Like I said, that's not all it is. We've seen her behavior. We know that she will not just randomly look at a man. Yes, I'm saying with my full chest. Why did you wait for the fact? And look at the other story, other side of the story, other side of the story, your papa. I'm not waiting for other side of the story. I will put Abimbola's $10,000 back, 10,000 pounds behind it, that she did not just say, will you shut up to you? It's because you're probably going on and on and on and on, and you won't just shut the fuck up. That's probably why she got caught up in her emotions for a second. I said, will you shut the fuck up? Shut up. Right? Again, I'm not saying I know the fact. I'm saying what I'm willing to bet on. English comprehension. Anyway, problems. Yeah, former minister of economy. It's not educational, something like that. Sha. Let me see. Maybe she was education. Oh, she was education, but she was also between 2006 and 7. She was education, and then she was also before that Minister of Solid Minerals of Nigeria. So this is a well-respected woman. Again, I'm not just saying that. I'm going by her consistent behavior over time, and this man's consistent behavior over at least 2 or 3 different occasions so far. You know, I thought people said when people get old, they are treated like men in some cultures in Nigeria. They do? I don't know. I never heard that before. What is the solution to this? This type of behavior is disgusting. All you can do with this type of behavior is focus on your focus, how you respond to it. Crisis will come in the form of how other people decide to conduct themselves. All you can control is how you respond to it. You can respond to aid it, to abet it, to encourage more of it, or you can respond to discourage more of it. You are in control of that, right? But you also need to understand that that could be a process. It might not be you snap your finger and the person stops the behavior, but you can remove yourself. You can tell the person to their face that you're not talking to me. Like I really appreciate how she's responding to him. If this was on the internet, do not respond. If this was on the internet, do not respond. If you're going to respond, it has to be some form of statement. The higher you are in terms of class of people in society, the more it has to be a statement that is not necessarily written directly by you. Sometimes the only time you need to make a statement is if your reputation is on the line or something like that. Maybe some form of allegation. But if it's just somebody's stupid opinion, there's usually never a need to respond. If they're in your face, they're being disrespectful, you tell them to keep the shut F up. It's okay to say that sometimes, okay? It's perfectly okay to say that. If you have to repeat that multiple times, that form of communication is not working. Then remove yourself, of course, because you don't want to put yourself in harm's way. Some people will say, but why would you encourage a woman to talk to a man like that? What man? This disrespectful one? He has tried. When was the last time you saw Dr. Oby talk to someone like this? Come on. Like, which man are you talking? This masculine man? Anyway, no, this is not, in my opinion, sorry, I don't want to question his manhood, but that's not how a man is supposed to behave. All right. So here we go again. If you look at that, she did tell him to keep shut. But the camera really couldn't see where he was running his mouth. That's why. You can see she did a hand like this. Like, look at this one. That's why he said, that's how to respect yourself. He kept yelling at her. They said, and then she goes, will you shut up? In fact, she deserved, I was about to clap with my hands, but she deserved a round of applause for that. Will you shut up? Listen, I don't care about what they were talking about. It doesn't matter. Respect is earned. Okay? I'm not talking about your cultural definition of respect. I'm talking about the actual definition of respect. It's earned 100% of the time. It doesn't matter what part of the world you go to. If you're talking about actual respect, it's earned. It doesn't mean that people will not attempt to disrespect you sometimes. That's not what it means. Disrespectful people are everywhere. It has everything to do with how you respond to circumstances around you, whether, rain, sunshine, things are happening. The way you respond to them is your own personal behavior. And if you don't know how to move, you will attract more and more disrespect. There's more than enough disrespectful people around you to give you disrespect. And sometimes what you might call disrespect is a person just holding their ground and say, hey, you're a mad person. Somebody should lock you up right now. Okay. So let me see here. Mr. Lau says, at the end of the day, the purpose of the meeting was not achieved. Waste of time and money again. Hey, it's a process, due process. They're going through it right now. Natasha is dragging them. Allow the due process. Okay. In the grand scheme of things, they are showing their ass. Let them do it. Allow them. They have to tell on themselves. Okay. It's okay. Honestly, MOP, the man was very unruly and disrespectful. Oby is far older than him, and as a Nigerian, He's supposed to show her some respect. I can almost guarantee you that this guy is probably not that much younger than Oby. What's his name again? Let me see. This guy could easily be 61 because Oby is 61 on records. What's his name? Is Onye Kachi. Let me see if I can find his age. People like them always have a tendency to hide their age because they're not proud of it. Okay, he has no records anywhere. His name is going to come up. Look, okay, let me see here. No records of age anywhere. He's from Ebonyi State. He's representing Ebonyi. Now, speaking of recalling people, this is the kind of guy that just be recalling back. Because if you're from Ebonyi State, this is the person representing you at a federal level. Imagine, what is he fighting for? Right? Let me see if I can find something else. Let's see. He said he was born in 1982. God forbid, bad thing. I'm done. All right. 1982 is what? 43 years of age. All right. So definitely much older, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. I guarantee you. He's a man. He's supposed to be a grown man. He's supposed to conduct himself like a grown man. He attracted if he wants to call it disrespect, but I don't think so. She was standing her ground. Anyway, somebody said Dr. Ezekwesili is a woman of integrity and dignity. The Mumu man they beat him wife for hours. Wahala. How can a full-grown man talk to a woman like that in public? Shows how you talk to your wife. In as much as I don't like the behavior of the senator, he was asked minutes ago on Channels TV why he fled up and in that manner, and he said Oby Ezekwesili shouted down at him first and asked him to shut up and sit down. This is Chukzi Chudi. This is one of those people that like to listen to the other side of the story before they can have a good judgment of character. That's problems. You should listen to the other side of the story just for the sake of not making an assumption. If you were put in a position of judgment, yes, you should hear, right? But if we're asking you for your weirdo opinion on the internet, like, no, you don't need the other side of the story. You can see patterns here. What else do you expect him to say? What are your expectations in terms of his explanation of his conduct? Do you expect anything less or more from him than to say he was right? To be shouted down on himself in public as a grown man like that? What else do you expect? So I'm asking you now, what is your expectation, you as a grown man, right? What do you expect of your fellow men in how to conduct themselves? Even if they find themselves in a position, a compromising position, where they might have to restrain a woman sometimes. What are your expectations? Because now you're doing, let's take two sides of the story. So she told you to shut up or keep your mouth shut and sit down. And you as a grown man, the best way you can respond is what we just watched. Is that what you're telling me? Anyway, let's continue. Ola, you are silencing men again. You want them to talk, right? No, I don't want them to shut the hell up and use more of their power than their mouth. That's what I want them to do. Learn that their power is not in their mouth. It will never be in their mouth. Never, ever. It will never be in your mouth. Your power is here, gentlemen. It's not in your mouth. It will never be in your mouth. And I will not encourage you talking anyhow and running yourself down in public in the name of we want to keep you silent. If you want to talk to your brothers. Go to a barber shop and express yourself. A barber shop is not on the internet. Talk to your fellow men. Address issues with them. Ask them what they think first before you jump on the internet and talk anyhow. And be disrespecting the rest of us men in the name of you want to talk. You want to compete with women. Or dare. So this person ended up saying, I am Team Natasha, but won't also support Oby insulting a senator. That's stupid. Could make sense. It doesn't add up. He said respect is reciprocal. Reciprocal means it starts from one side. It is earned. Reciprocal means it started first and then it's reciprocated. It doesn't mean simultaneous. Mutual respect is the key. See? I knew it. Mutual respect is the key. That's the stupidest thing anybody could ever say. Don't say that to yourself again. Respect is earned. It's how you move. You attract more disrespect. If a person is outrightly disrespectful, hold your ground, but remove yourself, because it's not you that will tell them to be respectful suddenly. If they came from their house mannerless, send them back to their house mannerless. If you stay with them mannerless, you deserve every disrespect that comes to you, because clearly you have no self-respect. Somebody said, you see what Natasha had been going through? Good. I told you, Mr. Dayo. I should call you Dr. Dayo. Dr. Dayo was almost coming to me. I had an uncle that was Dr. Dayo. You see what I'm saying? This is due process. They didn't waste time. I see where you were coming from, but this is not waste of time. We need them to show their ass like this in public, because some of us can see it 3-4 weeks ahead of time. Some people are slow. They need to play analyst first before they can see it. Also, okay, we're patient. It's a process. It's a process.
And that's the question I have.
This is him explaining himself. Let's see what kind of explanation he's going to give. Before I do that, let me come to the chat. Black Diamond says he wasn't disrespected. He got the response he deserved for acting out in public like a spoiled toddler. These are the people representing us. I cry for my nation. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Here, let's ping others into the room. Okay.
Hey, we appeared before the Senate committee on.
No, let me do this. I want to cut this up, and I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.